Hello, everybody. Coyote here. Can you hear me? Let's see. Sorry, this may make a click. It's kind of annoying, isn't it? I didn't put on my microphone tonight, so I hope that you'll hear me fine. There I have with sort of my diamond stuff and copper and crystal pearls and this because of R. Can't think of it right now. It definitely is not garnet. It's more of a purple, not amethyst. I'll think of it in a moment, probably, but if not, all right. So, hello, welcome to Syrian Star Oracle and Wisdom Tea and Oracle Insights. And I'm going to get my phone, it's just over here. So, tonight I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Maybe I should always sit here with a thing like that. Just trying to not get any real big glare in the eyes. Let's see. We'll see. I don't like to hunch or anything. I don't know if that will help. Well, until I probably have one of those halo lights. That might be. Let me try one more thing, okay? Does that work any better? Not really. Not really. Just trying to have it so it's not as much glare for you or for me, but it will be a little bit, right? Because of that. Yeah. I don't know how to do this. Sorry about that. Just always looks like there's a little bit of glare. I don't always have this fixed the way I'd like, but one more time. I don't want to fall off my cushion. It's even worse. Sorry about that. It was pretty good at the beginning, right? Do my best. Okay. So thanks for coming in. I wonder if I could do. Wow, if it were up like that, not so bad. But it's the glare from this. Is it better? Not really. All right. I think a few minutes of this is. I think a few minutes of that is enough. So until I've mastered this, there'll always be this little funny humor here for like 3 minutes. That's enough. So tonight, continuing this exploration that I started to leave a message for on Sunday evening. So it basically was a chat about unless you learn to face your shadows, you will continue to see them in others because the world outside you is only a reflection of the world inside you. And that comes from, I believe, a gentleman named Ashok from India, who's I usually get morning inspirational quotes from him, or perhaps something he's found somewhere else. So either his original or something he has found through his culture, or just in the realm of what's out there for us to learn from. So this really bothers me. This thing. Oh, sorry guys. Maybe I can edit this out after. Holy moly. Is this weird or what? I was making all these adjustments because I had a pet, stay with me, and now she's not on the seat. Let's do this. Is that better? That might be better. That might be not better. I just really want you to someday see my eyes very clearly. All right. So if you can get through, maybe I can go back and edit the beginning. Okay. So welcome to Syrian Star Oracle in the Age of Aquarius. I'm Coyote or Riza. My galactic name is Commander Azera Atahir. Welcome. Basically, this is a continuation chat from yesterday, Sunday. I started to say what I kind of wanted to pull cards about, and it sort of spun off into a little bit of a duality thing. I'll get to that and I'll be brief. So I really have spoken toward this idea before, which is about facing our own individual shadows. So if we face our shadows, unless we learn to face our shadows, we will continue to see them in others because the world outside, me, you, us, is only a reflection of the world in. So this was brought about especially by in weeks past and in current days of all the evil that's actually becoming more exposed through the release of more freedom in Twitter, TikTok. Um, Platforms are actually not being as harsh on a civilian journalists or sites. For a long time, the military has had control over social media. Really, it's been awful in the sense of many people were shut down. You see, there had to be a progression, an exponential evolution. And some of you will not really realize that unless you are open and go back and listen and hear and connect all the dots, as many of us did or knew. And we trusted in that some divine unfolding was happening, or as they say, trust in the plan, which seemed to change, week to week, month to month. But given current events where stuff I talked about earlier and had people mad at me, because rightly so, I called them out, called them names, whatever. And it was harsh. I admit that. It was harsh on my part. And that's sometimes who I am. I'm a leader and I do not mince words. And while there's a part of me that can be very nurturing, there is no tolerance for ignorance. And yet, I too am being reminded of compassion because people were programmed, don't know, don't have time to look, are scared, weak. They don't have the support system they give in last minute because of the pressures. Every one of us is learning from everything because everything is connected to everything else, and so are we. At the smallest subatomic level, we are all one, and we are from the infinite oneness. So, hello, the major satanic blood eating, cut babies open, suck on blood, bash their heads in, kill your child, rape them in front of you, murder your dog, strangle them, eat your cat, whatever. You regular meat eating people, you regular chicken eating people, or vegans, or pescatarians, or whatever you are, or soldiers, or priests, nuns, doctors, whoever, good, right, wrong, not right, saints, whoever. We're all energy and going back to the infinite mind. And that is just a law of the universe, of science, and of creation. Infinite mind that you call God, I don't always call it God, is having an exponential experience. And it's weird because the universe is like a cycle recycling, but in our cycles that are prophesized, we are to meet our heritage and galactic ancestors, our future selves as. And in this evolution, as we choose to rise up, matter is neither created nor destroyed. Everything gets recycled. So that which was horrific teaches us so much more of our light, our power, our goodness to slide on that and blink like that rather than sort of that Darth Vader, Satanistic, um, nefarious goblin style of life. It's choices, it's energy focus, it's an allowance, surrender to the organic flow. It's so much power. You get to choose. And I get it up against the wall. It's like, oh, well, but as Abraham Hicks will say, it'll all be over soon. If you're falling out of an airplane and don't have your chute open, it'll all be over soon. And I do believe that your soul leaves the body. And even if you feel a thud and you're dead and out and watching, or maybe you don't feel the thud, you're so close, you just pop out. Many of you who have dreams that you like thought you were falling, but you wake up like you don't really fall and land and are dead. And if something happened and you did, it's sort of like a soft fall. So it's more like you fell, but you fell, but you didn't really always feel it. And if you felt it, you were out looking at the body, but you were not then really passed on. It wasn't your time. And then, of course, it's just leaving your body, like on an operating table, or sometimes when we sleep, we always leave our body, but sometimes you feel it. Anyway, back to our shadows. I wanted to give some ease overall with what is happening with the exposure of I having to say it like Balenciaga. Is that how you say the fashion house name? Valencia. I can't even say the name. Gosh, how do I say this? You'll help me out. You'll know it before me. It's I didn't really cognitively, maybe I had heard of their association, but let's see how to pronounce BAL. Here we go.
Balenciaga.
There we are. Balenciaga. Thank you. Balenciaga being related to Gucci, Adidas, Guinness.
Check out these pictures.
Oof. What's going to happen is this is so going to just even help another avalanche on humanity. It's not that we're supposed to still get wrapped up in it and to again point the finger of diversion. What happens is if you really start to study it, you do see the full circle of who was connected to who, and then you may start to be open to the history of all the evil, the cannibalism, the satanic rituals. And it is so interesting, isn't it? Because I consider myself a vegan, and recently I felt guided to have chicken, and yet I would have chicken as a pet. And if I started having chicken as a pet, I can't feel like going out to eat chicken. If you really look at chickens, I mean, really look at some single chickens, and there's chickens that live near me. They're curious. They love you. They're wonderful. And remember, other cultures have eaten monkeys and dog and other. It's like we we have to remember to really start to feel our worth and our mightiness, and to take a look at if we're a species eating other flesh species and calling that okay, isn't that just because we got used to it and made it okay? For those people who have pet cows or have rescued cows, those cows and horses and donkeys and cats, and they have feelings. You can feel it. They, excuse me, do you know that your dog and your cat, they come up to you, they want to be pet, they look at you when they're hungry, they ask to eat. Same with a goat, same with a chicken, same with a whale, dolphin. All beings value their life. So I'm just saying, let's learn about our accountability. So if there are reptilian cousins, or perhaps you don't believe in that, but let's say there's galactics that have sold people. Let's say there's humans, psychopaths that have sold people for their organs, their blood, the fun of it, especially the fun of it, the abuse of it, because they get off. They're masochists, sadomasochists, which, believe me, so many of them, perhaps all of them, are rounded up, and some are not on this planet anymore. So all this disturbance and this division and these events that are not comfortable are leading many people to feel very uncomfortable. And even if you start to do the little bit of research and see some pictures of what it's all associated with, you get uncomfortable thinking, well, where did they get this idea? Well, they got this idea because they really did it. They got this idea because they really did torture little beings. They did take your fetus from you when you were at the abortion clinic. They really did steal your child for food and entertainment and take some DNA and start to entrain us all in our regular food over the market through advertising how fun and good and how great it tastes, so that we become desensitized, much like through your kids' games or any movie out there. You have to really watch with discernment. And I know we just want to lay back and kind of forget and be entertained, but you have so much power, me too. So if you are going to watch something, do so with the highest intent of also taking care of yourself, because you have that much power. And maybe in time, the shows from Hollywood or a sister association of a place where we make wonderful, uplifting movies and uplifting documentaries, and we review and we rewrite to the truth of our histories, are made from people who hold such integrity that even if we're in non agreement, we're in agreement to care We're in agreement to uplift humanity. We're in agreement to take care of the planet. We're in a definite 100% billions of people everywhere, billions of people everywhere, not just a few thousand, but billions of people everywhere, and the few thousands that will fade off because they do not want harmony. They do want discord. Our energy will be such light that they will fade away. They will actually be transmuted somewhere else and be having a different experience. Matter is neither created nor destroyed, but we will have a planet where we have such solutions. And I'm not necessarily even talking about we, through epidemiology, take blood cells from real living organisms, such as a goat or a cow, and actually recreate the clone of the meat of that to eat. I think still that sounds really fucking weird. It's done being done. Anybody that's studying epidemiology and cloning, darlings, and it was one nice man I gave a ride to in Scotland, I'm sure right now, because it was several weeks ago, and he said he was moving to Scotland to do this work and this study of epidemiology and um, develop the purity of practice of isolating cells for the purpose of making meat. So you don't have to kill animals, because he was all about if we can get there not to kill animals. But unless any project is really overseen by those people of purity, intent, of grace, goodness, and don't put any like, excuse me, motherfucking bullshit in it to also keep us then on some kind of entrainment program, I don't trust it. And it is weird right now, right? But you've probably seen even Star Trek or other type of science movies where, they put in what they want for food. It comes out like in a little pill and it tastes like your steak, salad, dinner, whatever. So I do think in time overall, those of us in human form will evolve into such a place that we either live off light, we don't really require flesh the same way. I know even with my mentor, and I've heard it from other people, the ideology is that all beings come on the planet and they know their role. Fish to a certain degree, plants to a certain degree, and certain animals know that they'll come in and play the role of the meat or the food source. My particular slant on it is, yeah, but every creature values its life and they do feel fear, and many are treated literally horrifully. They're smashed, they're spit at, cigarettes are dug into them, they're choked, they're kicked, they're prodded through smaller doors than their bodies are to suffer along the way. Your broken horses, your old dogs that just shoved, chickens piled high in a friggin' convoy, like no room. You know, we're barbarism. We're mental. We're dysfunctional. You got to take your full accountability. And I'm not saying don't have your human experience and to feel guilty, but there are choices that we make that must be made from the heart with full accountability and to kindness and all that we do next, and to not go, oh, but I'm just having it, when I treat it. We have to start to really open up our solutions and to be open to that heart energy. So, yes, I bought some eggs, and yes, I bought chicken, which I feel like I can't eat the chicken. I had some for like 2 days in a row, but I remember it was like speaking to my mentor and one a little bit like having permission because I needed to relax into that. I was being called. I had seen vision of having chicken. I was ignoring it. And that's what usually happens to me. Like I do get visions and I'm supposed to eat or do something, even though that wouldn't be my style. Um, okay, so it doesn't mean I get visions to kill people. It's not really what I want to do and not what I'm about, but I would like to eat bread or eat something that I normally wouldn't have. And what the angels are trying to tell me is to be gentle because I'm going to be on the planet for a really long time. And as I evolve in my body, there's going to be times when, like, this whole thing that I do is the norm, and I might have a week or a month that's slightly off for different reasons. The energy on the planet is intense. My body's going through something, and for grounding and or health reasons of my particular process, I need to eat a little bit differently. So that being said, let me just introduce. So Here is my tea in this really wonderful celebratory creative ornament cup. The cup is made from China. I did get it from a TJ Maxx or Home Goods. So here's the thing about China. Not all people in China are bad. And there are a lot of people in China protesting right now with a white blank piece of paper, and that's what it's called, the white paper protest, because they get rounded up and put away if they write on freedom or, F the government or give us liberty or let the people decide or free. They will get thrown in jail. So the protesters have devised, let us have a blank white paper. And they can't arrest you for having a blank white paper. There's nothing said. They're just protesting and standing in numbers to say we want our rights and we know our rights. But they're not having the paper so that people and the Communist Party can round them up with the paper because they've been defiant that way, which definitely gets them into more trouble. And you may know more than me right now about what's happening with that. So here's my tea. It is a dark tea. I did use honey. I did use a little bit of cinnamon. Cinnamon is the herb is really good for attracting wealth. It also is very seasonal, with Christmas time, holiday time, kind of bringing up festivity of kindness, goodness, and cheer. And there is some grass-fed cow, organic, no, supposedly no chemicals in this. And I also have my other tea, which is my Sacred Life kombucha, which I really love, and I'll probably end up taking a swig of that. And Ellen, the cat, did come back and sit on the other chair I have here on a cushion because she was originally in this cushion. Okay, so while I'm hoping this doesn't take too much more than an hour, because I know you have things to do, what I thought I would like to do is I picked 3 of my decks. In each deck, I assigned a crystal. So I want to read it to you so you can. So I have 3 decks. I'm going to have this good tarot with the this is a Druzy Azez to Light. See the sparkle in that. And I'm going to go over what that means. And then I have through the eyes of the soul. And this is Oracle. And this is a Druzy amethyst. I'll go with that. And then the third deck are through the Starstream Oracle. And this is a blue calcite. So we can see it a little bit better. It's a blue calcite. It has a little bit of white in it and blue. So blue calcite. So this will be deck 3, and it's Art Through the Starstream Oracle. A lot of spiritual images in here from all over the world. They're iconic images from all over the world taken from this artist. And there's also a galactic reverence to this deck. The Starstream Oracle by the same author. Again, a lot of spiritual iconic images from all over the world through the artist rendering. This is the amethyst. That's deck 2. And I just don't have an overhead, thingy. I wish I had something that was tall enough in back of me, but I don't have that right now. And then the first deck in this is a different artist. This is actually the Good Tarot. And then here is your Azez to Light Druzy. Let me see if I can get it so it kind of shines a little bit nicely. Okay, so let me give you an overview of deck 1 and deck 2, deck 3. So deck 1 with this Azez to Light. Okay, so Azez to Light is about balancing energies. It cleanses and heals. It's great for people who want to. The old paradigm is people calling themselves healers. So if you're an energy transmission person, if you do, any kind of a energetic modality such as Reiki, Shinjin-jitsu, Melchizedek method, bringing in quantum energy. This also is a crystal. Let's see if I can get it a little bit better for you. crystal that helps fight depression, anxiety, um, helps you see beauty in all things. It opens your heart, your third eye. It is a high vibrational, like quartz crystal. It amplifies other crystals, other things, but this is a high vibrational crystal. It's thought to help bring in other guides, other galactic guides. Let's see. What else can I say? So it's associated with the angel. So Raphael is associated with um, this crystal, and Raphael is the angel of secrets and magic. Raphael's colors are like golden, red, and indigo. This crystal will also help you with your self confidence, will help you with heal past hurts. Raziel is the angel of the law of cause and effect. So I made some notes down here. So if this deck appeals to you, this is deck 1. Deck 2 with the amethyst. Okay. And deck this and the druzy is going to help you in your knowledge. It's considered amethyst is stone of heaven. Amethyst will help increase your psychic vision. It helps you in avoidance of despair, panic, and worry. It's a protective energy. It's a calming energy. It helps to bring success. For some folks that you might know who have been in sobriety programs, I believe this is uh, uh, a crystal that some of those patrons would wear amethyst to help them with their sobriety. And let's see, it'll help you with harmony and patience, and it can help be optimistic in love or help you have optimistic love or look at attracting optimistic love. Um, Angel Zadkiel is associated with this crystal, and he is about mercy, love, removing energy, mercy, forgiveness, removing negative energy. He is about freedom. He is the guardian of the law of free will, and he's an energy of he holds also help with kindness and forgiveness. So this is deck 2. What I want to say about the zodiac sign is the goat, and it's very interesting because the goat in ancient Egyptian times was thought of to eat all the vines about the wine. So that is the symbolic connection of why many people in sobriety might be given an amethyst crystal. The azeztulite. Let's see. This is associated with what sign? Did I take the sign? I guess I didn't. I think that I was trying to make some associations to help you pick deck 1, deck 2, and deck 3 with the blue calcite. So calcite is powerful for balancing energies, your mental discernment. It's soothing, relaxing, calms emotions, protects your auric field. Now we have 3 auric fields. You have your regular auric field, your sub auric field under your skin, and your hyper auric field, which is further after your auric field. It's further out, which is interesting because our energy field just goes on and on and on. So that is associated. Let's see. This calcite is associated with the angel Gabriel. He is an angel of white light, purity, and peace. Let's see. He's an angel of revelation, a message bringer, inspiration, purification, and the sign of Cancer is also associated with this stone. So, if that will help you, again, this is deck 1, the tarot, and then deck 2, through the eyes of the soul with the amethyst, and then deck 3. Once I find a stand that has the neck that points down, I will be able to talk. Like, have this thing come over and look at stuff on my phone. And maybe somehow through here, I put it on my phone, right? Okay, so thank you for bearing with me. Let's dive in. If you pick deck one, we're going to pick a card that will have to do overall with the next few weeks for you. Oh, I have two cards that came right out. I'm going to pick the one. One was upside down and one was not. Now, remember when I read cards and if they're upside down, I look at it like a temporary delay and what's up. So this is an overall. I think I may not do extra cards because this is already at 30 minutes. So forgive me, but I'll take a couple of cards in from each. I'll sort of go with what intuitively is coming. And so I'm going to leave it at these two cards for deck one if you like the deck with the Azez to Light. So for the next 2 weeks, your overview and how to maneuver is what I'll do, because I'll have an overview of the first card that was on top and then how to maneuver through. Okay. So we had an upside down Queen of Air. It's a beautiful card. It was the first card that you got. And then the Four of Earth, which is just a wonderful, ethereal, light-filled card. Look at the abundance of green. It's open. It's an angel of sweetness and wisdom, or a fairy of growth and wisdom, and very certain. Both images are certain, and they are female in orientation. The owl, eyes of God. The birds have eye, and the owl, all-knowing. So here's the thing. As I do present this, many images in our histories have been taken over, where some people say, oh, the owl, was used in satanistic rites and means this and blah, blah, blah. And you have to understand, think about the poor fucking owl. Owl, a bird of flight, a master of the sky, wise, willing, not afraid to navigate at night. Think of all the people who love their birds, their parrots. Think of the people who love their hens and their roosters and they would never eat them. They're lovely friends. So let's just see about the Queen of Air. An overview for the next couple of weeks. So while this was upside down, just remember it was just a temporary delay, and that you're willing to get through it, that you have felt stopped, that you weren't quite in alignment, you felt a little off. Like, I know for myself, I feel like I've been a little bit off because I've had certain things to eat that I normally wouldn't try. Butter, big hunks of bread, a lot more dairy in terms of cream, just like having it like, tea 2 or 3 times a day. And even having like the chicken, that is not usually my role. And there was around Thanksgiving, there was this like call to have salmon until the point like I can't look at it anymore. So it's just very interesting. So let's say you pick deck one with the Azestalite, which will has the reflection of Raziel, okay? The angel of secrets and magic, who so there's this little section I read about him in Christian lore, that when, think of this, it's so interesting, that when Adam and Eve partook of the tree of knowledge, other angels were upset with Raziel because he gave them the book of God so they would figure out how to get back to God. But it was either God or the angels got mad at Raziel. They took the book from, this is how dysfunctional Christianity like shit is. Okay, sorry, some of you are not going to like me, but think about it. The angels and or the hands of God took the book to get back to God so that they could, find their way back to the light and say, hey, we were trying this thing out, but, of course we want to live in harmony with you, God, all wise being. The entity of God and or the angels were mad at Raziel. They took the book. So that Adam and Eve couldn't get back to God. Is that fucked up or what? So I'm just saying, Christianity is a cult. Christianity practices stuff and dysfunction and discord. So anytime you feel like you want to create with your words, your mind, your heart, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. You're calling in the light of goodness, care, and cheer, of abundance and prosperity. That's all good. I'm not talking about calling in like, evil names and cursing people to really harm them. I'm not talking about that. Just pay attention to what's presented and how you can master your mastery and powers and embrace the wonderment and the invincibility and the wonderment and the creation that you are. So anyway, what the Queen of Air is trying to get to you in your overview of the theme of the next 2 weeks is, I have clarity of purpose. My intentions are in alignment with my understanding. There is always a strategy in the game called life. I can let go false truths and be rigorously honest with myself and others. If that resonates in your choice of number one, smile and be gentle on yourself. A lot of blue, a lot of actually it's almost like aqua, but it's a blue green. So you have a lot of freedom, speaking, enliven yourself, follow your creativity, uh, desire to speak with the higher realms. You have the wisdom to do that, the allowance if you allow yourself to do that, right? I have clarity of purpose. My intentions are in alignment with my understanding. There's always a strategy in the game called life. I can let go of false truths and rigorously be honest with myself and others. It's like seeking to know yourself. What number is this? Queen of Air. Is there a number assigned to this? Let me just see what this book has. If the Queen has a number, honey. Because I think they do. Is it telling me? Queens represent being fully present in the experience of their element. Not telling me the number of the queen. Queens can be adult women over 30. Let's see. It's not saying. I was hoping it would give me a kind of a number for a queen if you know, or maybe I can later find out. But if this resonates with you, I hope it does. I thought it was very, very good. Okay, and then you have a 4 of earth. So now how to handle yourself going through the next couple of weeks. 4 of earth. Ownership, the beauty of divine order, trusting in solid foundation. So that is so cool with how that both went together, right? The Queen of Air. I have clarity of purpose. My intentions are in alignment with my understanding. There's always a strategy in the game called life. I can let go of false truths and be rigorously honest with myself and others. And then the 4 of earth, the of ownership, the beauty of divine order, trusting in a solid foundation. Whether if you're shaken up, and if you're unable to understand why things happen as they do, you can know for certain that divine order manifests in all aspects of your life. What I have built rests on a solid foundation. Do not fear. While it's true that nothing is permanent in our material world, you can find security in the existence of a divine plan. In your divine plan. I find security in this, and Spirit is always there to remind me why that I am exactly where I'm meant to be for my highest good, the highest good of all. I always have abundance available to me. 4 of earth. And 4 is a leap of faith. So at this time, when I was starting to talk about Balenciaga and Nike, Guinness, oh gosh, all these fashion houses, which for those of you who are really like into designer, and I got a coach, and I got a this, and I got a that, I listen to sports, I listen to the World Cup, oh, I love Beyonce. Hello, you're in for an awakening. So this is all about just, this is all about that you are getting this great insight to the ownership, the beauty of divine order, trusting in a solid foundation, and everything is coming out for you. Oh, not to be upset, to not stay distressed, to not stay disturbed, but to feel the feelings, have your fear go into you, through you, feel them, and you stay standing. You are more powerful than any idea of fear or any demonic presence. You are the power. You have the light. You have what they want. You are solid in your knowing. Nothing can harm you when you have faith and certainty and you stand in that pillar and power of your truth, of your sovereignty, of that pillar of impenetrable plasma white light infused with rose color flame, rose gold flame, the amethyst flame, the Christed yellow flame light. You are solid. Nothing can permeate and penetrate that which is absolute love and certainty of divine goodness, nobility, cheer, abundance, and connected to the creator mind of all that is. Because evil can be right near you, and you stand tall, strong, and invincible. Okay, number 4. Number 4. Being being your power and truth, leap of faith, get out of your comfort zone, create a sacred space. Honor your foundation, your temple, your body, your pillow, which is you. Honor the strength of your being in yourself. This is a number of order and stability. Do I make this up? This is, if you picked card stack number 1, this is yours. Can also represent the routine and the comfort of home, equaling you, your temple, your pillow, your mind, body, spirit, which is also your energy and your balance. You must honor you for your being. Leap of faith. This is how this went together. So upside down, but what she meant about being in alignment and her strength of creation, and the 4. Awesome. Okay. Thank you for that. That was number 1. That was from the Good Tarot. And that was with the Azeztulite and Raziel. Okay. Number 2. Amethyst and Zadkiel. Okay, so the first card is going to be about an overview for you, and then it looks like if we get a second card, that will be about handling the next couple of weeks. So let's see how this will go for us. For this, people who've picked number 2 with the amethyst. Woo! Look, here's some cards fall, so hang on. Okay, so 3 cards have come up. Let me take them in the order that they've come. This is for the number 2 who picked the amethyst and through the eyes of the soul stack. So your overview will be a deep secret will come to light. So for those of you who picked the amethyst pile, a deep secret will come to light. Now, let's see what we've got. We have got a shield of a cross. It's a red cross. It's a woman in contemplation. It's a number 38. Number 38, 8, 9, 10, 11, which is number 2, balance. As within, so without, as above, so below. Right and left, up and down, north and south, east and west, male and female, an infinite money symbol of everlasting, never ending. a grace. This is a little bit more of a darker card where perhaps you were feeling this doubt, despair, and disturbance of what's going on either in your life and the immediate life, or following any information coming up from TikTok or Twitter, or if you're listening to mainstream media at work, you don't know where to go, people are not quite supportive of you, or maybe the general conversation that you're engaged in is not very uplifting, so you have hope. You have hope, but you kind of feel a little bit of that doubtful despair, a little bit of that I need to contemplate and try to find myself and think about things. A little bit like I want some alone time, but I seem to be in the dark, because this dark is like the lower chakras, the foundation, the going within, and also there's a little bit of alone. Now, this particular face doesn't seem too despondent or too it's not like you're going to stay there forever in that disturbing, quiet place, or this lonesome place, or this place where you're figuring out the secret that will come to light. But it will come to light because you're in stillness. It will come to light because you're in an honor of quiet. It will come to light. You're bombarded by information, and now you're willing to let a deep secret come to light. Let's just see what she has to say about this. Take special care in how much you reveal and the way it is brought out into open. Consider the impact the knowledge will have on others and what they may do with the information. Now, when I feel that, some of what we have to deliver in people's faces or who we are will upset the cart, but that is what's happening now in the outer world. In the outer world, a lot is being exposed in some selective places and in some places that are unusual, like a little bit on CNN and a little bit more on Fox News. Epic Times, for example, has a lot of stuff. And if you go to rumble.com or bitchute.com, you'll get more information from different platforms there. Now, on mainstream media, you will get a whole different slant and only slight bits of information coming through. If you are in a job where you work all day, you don't have time to do research or listen to anything, you've got to go within and feel your feelings. And you can take some special care that what you know for sure in your contemplation that's coming through is right and good for you, or if it's been coming through that it makes you upset, hold off on words, hold off on sharing, because December is a very big time of spell casting. December is a very big time of manifesting. So you want to hold on the lightest, the highest, the best that you have desire in your heart for, not the hopeful. I totally will stand on 10 billion stacks of boxes. Do not hope. Become certain in that which you want to see and experience, and create your life from your heart from what you want. Do not stand on hope, because hope gets wobbly in the face of all people around you when you want to speak truth or speak some of your thoughts that you're just mulling them through. You're not even wanting to necessarily speak to spellcast the despondency and despair. So you don't want to mention that in a crowd, because there's going to be always people, much more than less, that jump in because they feel wobbly too, but maybe more wobbly than you, that will bring you down. So do not allow that. Hold back then a little bit, but feel your true feelings. So there's a little bit of story, a historical story about, women as key figures and women actually being Templars and waiting for the time that secrets are to be revealed to the world. Well, the secrets are being revealed to the world. The time has actually, we're on that cusp, it's come. Maybe the overview was that you were feeling it wasn't time to stand up as much, but from my perspective of what's happening, this card represents the overview of where you've been, what you stand for. The secrets are coming to light. They're coming to light for you. They're coming to light for others. You don't have to be in their face, but sit, or stand or know in your truth. It's interesting, right? She's got the sign of the cross, which was more than likely the sign of the Templar, but it still has north, south, east, and west. There's a balance. The the card, that cross, if you look at it, it's very, very balanced. And this card comes out to number 2, which is about balance and the unity of like light and dark. So an overview, a secret will come to light, and it is. It's coming out more. And then there's 2 others for how these next 2 weeks are going to go for you, or what you can do with the guidance of these cards for your next 2 weeks. So the first part that's being revealed is again a female in association, but partnered with the male, a stag, right? Wilderness creature of nobility in sacred mountains. It says move away from a difficult situation. Okay. And it's got a flower. I wonder if that's the Edelweiss. Let's see what this one has to say. It's also number 42, which is a 6, which is getting rid of your negative energies. So let's see. Use your intuition and avoid destructive environments, and recognize and repel negative people and those who would dominate you. Okay, so during this time, with great secrets coming to light, when to speak truth, when to watch, how to speak truth. I mean, speak truth, don't hold it back, because people are going to end up needing us. So even in myself, I'll have like slammed a lot of people. Maybe I slammed you. It's just time to let you know, as I've been letting you know, I'm still here for you. It's not going to be time as you come, try to creep forward, come out. It's not about any of us being right to be in your face. It's really about more acceptance and compassion, because some of us just did not see it that way, to compromise ourselves or to put our heads in the sand. And we just made time for research, made time to listen to lots of things, to feel our deepest sense of intuition. So now move away from a difficult situation. Okay. This is the time, this December and going into 2023. If you have a job you hate and they are telling you bullshit about doing this and that, you're going to have the courage to move away, courage to call upon people that ask for help, or just move away and trust and surrender to the organic flow. Because the time has come for you where you are taking care of your soul, you're taking care of your integrity, you're rising up, and you can no longer behave in some, forgive me, dumbass way or way of controlled way. You just know too much, you just feel too much, you just are too much, and you cannot go back into that other skin. You must move away from a difficult situation, leaving a job, leaving a family member. It could even be, me moving away from this situation. And I may not know how at this moment, the solution is there, always is there. So, Shasta Shamaka. So this is Mount Shasta. This is like a holy mountains. A woman of knowing, partnered with the environment. And the stag is a very symbolic symbol of like wilderness royalty, like a prince in the woods. Beware of those who would hang onto your bright energy to drain your vital force. A Shamnika woman is high up on the Mount Shasta in her place of visions. She carries her magic staff with rare, pristine flower called Shasta lily. It's a lily. In its crystal sphere, fresh and full of life. The stag in this case, the stag is a shapeshifter and will not be dominated. Oh, she recognizes the stag as a shapeshifter and will not be dominated or fooled by him. Shielded from the environment, her feathered cloak, she is in her power and walks away. So interesting that this card would come up where the stag is the shapeshifter and the blocker of truth. It's interesting because I would see often, I would think a stag is the prince of the forest. In this case, through this particular artist rendition, the stag is the shapeshifter. Copapelli. This is very interesting. But you are then this woman of wisdom, a woman of the mountains. And if you are a guy who's picked this pot, that's okay. You can still identify with the female goddess, that is you, and that any other person who represents the stag in your life and your environment, you have to walk away and no longer be fooled. You'll be protected by the lily, its image held in the crystal sphere. You'll be protected by holy mountains. You'll be protected by invisible helpers. Let's see how this partners out. And number 6. Which interesting, right? So this card for 42 comes to 6, which is talking about walking away from difficult people and situations, and what you've outgrown, what no longer serves your truth, what no longer serves what you know that was in secret. Rid yourself of your negative energies. Rid your life of negative energies. Even though the negative gives you light to what is most desired, you have to go to the positive. So again, do not despair. Do not let yourself be bombarded by these negative things that are around you. It's really there as a mirror to give you more power, to give you more clarity, so that in these truths, these secrets that are coming to light that you've known, that you've kind of been open to, or that you've held, it's just time to walk away and stand from the other thing and stand in your power. Okay? You can do anything. You can accomplish. Connect to your guides. Connect to your vision in your mind. Talk upliftingly. Take baby steps. Do soothing. I am invincible. I am power. I'm light of goodness. I am capable. I like myself. Do some mirror work. Do some little bits of affirmation. Connect to your higher self. Love you like you. Okay. Now, in the second part, continued on that, if you've chosen the second deck, keep the vigil, justice will triumph. So as you make that choice to move away, as you stand in the truth of what you know and the secrets come to light, not only to uplift you, really uplift you, and or what you might have known or what you might have suspect or might have what you didn't even want to look at, but now you know in your heart to be true. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 9, and 4 is 13. 13, 1 is 4. Oh my God, that's a repeat of number 4. It's a repeat of number 4, the leap of faith. Which is interesting. Keep the vigil, and justice will triumph. Being yourself, your power, your truth, the leap of faith. Get out of your comfort zone. Create a sacred space. Honor your foundation, your temple, your pillar. Right? That was also for the beginning. So we're going to go to number 49. Keep the vigil, justice will triumph. So whether you're male or female, this is all aspects of us, aspects mirrored back to us. This is a very sacred flower. It has to do, this is a place in Glastonbury, a very holy place, I believe, where they thought, where the chalice was, the holy chalice is it's a very sacred temple area. Okay, so it has to do with, okay, vigil by the holy thorn tree. There's a tree. Oh, there is a thorn tree, and there's also something else in this. It's hard to see. Right in the corner. So right there. Disruption. Remember to have compassion and sincerity throughout difficult proceedings. That kind of sounds like what I need to do, right? Seek legal counsel if necessary. Know in your heart that good shall prevail upon the earth. Balenciaga, all these Louis Vuitton, all these Gucci, these Guinness, these satanistic places, these World Cups, these mainstream medias, these educational riffrafters and psychopath, the educational religious people that twist things, and the governments that have wanted to silence people and have silenced people, the medicine that has lied to you because no one told you what was in your vaccine. I know you picked it. Some of you picked it. They don't tell you what's in it. Never told you what was in it. Never told you what was in it and you didn't ask. Lies, 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 all coming to the surface. Keep the vigil. Justice will triumph. Everything's coming to the surface. Though planet Earth is not heading to hell in a handbasket. People are not going to go into FEMA camps. There's not going to be worldwide famine. There's not going to be people wearing. Everything is not going back into a shutdown. We're rising up. We are rising up as galactic humans. We are rising up to our divinity. We are here to clear our names. We're here to clear the air, clear the practices, get over old programmings. We are here to keep the vigil. The tree will rejuvenate and grow again. When you're weary from involvement in the problems of the world, remember to keep the vigil of your heart. Oh, the blue rose of immortality. The blue rose of immortality. You are an immortal being inside a human suit, having this human experience, observing. December is the month. You call in all that you wish to create. It's a very big master generator time. Going into 2023, prepare for your spiritual awakening. If you picked number 2, whether an inner battle or an outer one, psychics shows us, physics shows us that the universe is always striving to return to a natural state of balance. A deep secret coming to light from your heart, from the world, for this planet. Speaking your truth and holding it. Moving away from difficult situations. You may now just be getting it. Be willing to stand in your truth. And you will have to move away and make some choices. And in that difficulty, know, keep the vigil. Justice will triumph. And that was interesting. Oh, with the amethyst! One of the highest spiritual crystals for psychic ability, for attunement with the divine, through the eyes of the soul. That was your number 2 deck. We have one more to go. Okay. Blue calcite is the crystal. And art through the star stream, the oracle. Okay. So blue calcite is powerful for balancing energies, your mental discernment, soothing, relaxing, calming emotions, protects your aura. Did I do this already? Whoops, I hope not. I think I went through it earlier when I was talking to you. Gabriel is the angel of light and purity, guidance, prophecy, inspiration, purification, revelation, messages. Okay. So now let's see what your overview is. I want to just fix the cards because they're all a little bit. So, what is your overview? And cards to help you through the next couple of weeks. Your overview and cards to help you through the next couple of weeks. Overview and to help you through the next couple of weeks. And this is, oops, almost fell. That's all right. That's how they've been doing. They've been jumping. Let's see where we're at. Where we are for the next couple of weeks. Overview. Which one is for the overview? Overview. And then where are we for the next couple of weeks? This. Seems like this one's 2 as well. Okay. So if you picked the last deck, The third deck with the calcite and Gabriel. This is what it is for the overview of the next couple of weeks. Talking about the theme. The theme is take a stand, returned, and this is so this is a warrioress woman that led her people out of tyranny. I don't know that they actually triumphed in that particular battle. However, you have this her outfit is white with the purity, which is interesting, right? Because hello, this calcite, this calcite, it goes along with Angel Gabriel, who is white light, purity, inspiration, purification. She's wearing a lot of light white in this. Wow. And then the red is a root chakra foundation, our foundation to be strong. Take a stand, take a stand, take a stand in your belief. Hold that line in the face of. Number 25-7, prepare for your spiritual awakening. This is your theme and how to handle the next 2 weeks. We have this card first and then the next one. Okay, interesting. You are not abandoned. Families come in all forms. Baby looking, being overlooked by, watched by the horses, the steed, loyalty, truth, sensuality, freedom, swiftness of news, messengers, loyalty, very spiritual beings. There's two for duality: the male, the female, the dark, the light, the up, the down, in, out, north, south, east, west. A root chakra, and then white again, representing purity, purification, messages. The baby, absolute trust. The baby, the birth in the manger, in a sense. With December, heralding in, you create your reality. You are a master generator. You are not abandoned. Number 6, and number 6 again, number 6, letting go of negative energies in your life, knowing that you can create. Getting back to number 6. The negative can give light to what is most desired, most wanted to have in the positive. So do not despair when negative bombardments your life. It means these things are going to give you more power into that which you'd rather have and do and be. And take accountability for your part in anything showing up. That is key to your mastery. Love yourself, like yourself, rid yourself of your negative energies in your life and around you. Connect to your higher self. You can do anything. You can do anything. You are a master generator in this month of December, going to 2023. Prepare for your spiritual awakening. You are not abandoned. You are not abandoned. That's how you will handle these next 2 weeks. You are not abandoned. You're ridding your life of negative energy. It has been a repeat theme in another card pile. There is light in the midst of grounding yourself with whatever that means in terms of feeling desiring to create more stability, creating more stability, and yet the freedom, feeling your freedom, feeling that light and purity that's around you, because the Archangel Gabriel is here to bring you messages, is here to guide you, is here to bring you prophecy and confirmation and revelation. And 3, mind, body, spirit. Number 30, mind, body, spirit, energy and motion, emotion, energy and motion. Gosh, what else can number 3 be? I just want to give it to you more clearly. So much to say. If you pick the last pile, magic in motion, movement, the flow of energies, things happening in threes. Pay attention to that. Love, wisdom, and good fortune. Go after your dreams. Follow your heart. Live your life to the fullest. Connect to your highest self, your highest wisdom. If you pick this last pile, your baby called to pay attention, to act on something, to let go, to get rid of, to change. Be aware, and awareness of which is not coincidence. Okay? Be firm in your resolution, commit. Once again, we have this cross coming. Crossroads, north, south, east, west, as above, so below. We have someone who desires to do perfect intention. At one time, Knight Templars weren't bad. Somewhere along the line, a lot of our different holy associations were twisted. That even those in their good form were somehow supported by the dark. And some at the top in these associations were actually doing the spell casting to confuse. Just like the last pile, face all, start to go in and know yourself, be on your path, nail yourself down, ground yourself, be firm in your resolution, and do not let anyone shift you and knock you off. And if they do slightly, get back up. Have that courage. The divine is watching you, mind, body, spirit. There is a doorway, there is a solution. You are always being guided. The overview of these next 2 weeks. Have your vision to see the future. Look forward to 2023. But in these next 2 weeks, do not rush them. Use your words, use your firm resolve and wanting to understand yourself. Take control, take your power back, take your soul back. Be with your spirit. Allow that nothing really is a coincidence, that you bring in, you spellcast, you affirm, you command, you call out to bring in. Words do not go out void. They are heard by the infinite mind that is the oneness that we all came from. The sword that cuts through lies, the sword of authority, the sword that's your authority, the sword that is open to a doorway of solution, the sword that is of might and good. That who holds the sword, depending on your intention, holds how the sword rules. Do you rule with nobility, or do you rule with fear and domination? So be firm in your resolve and commit. And I promise you, if you start to do some little affirmation, if you start to set the day with I am capable, I am invincible, I am guided to good, I am guided to my $40 million. I'm guided to my new home, so easy, so sweet, and resolved. Thank you. Just show me the way. Let me move about. I know I'm not abandoned. I know that the Spirit is going to help me with my foundation, and that the birth of newness, of brightness is. And I will take a stand. I will take a stand, and I allow myself that I am prepared for my spiritual awakening, and I embrace it. Angels are with me. I'm not alone. I think that was a pretty good darn overview for the next couple of weeks and what any of you might be going through. Again, the deck 1, 2, and 3. Go back and listen to this if it's something I've gone too fast, or if you want to repeat. Hopefully, it will help you. It will just be one of many more readings. I'm getting another oracle deck that has to do with some crystal revelations, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with you as well. And I appreciate you looking at this. In the description, you can get in touch with me through my Syrian Star Oracle email. If you like this, please pass it on. If you would like to generate a donation, it's a love donation. I do not at this time say a monetary donation for any sessions or clearing or energy work or card reading. This is all about us coming together to support each other, to uplift each other, and to recognize that we are key. We have that key within us. We can choose. We do not have to be diminished because of what others say. We can choose our definitions. We choose the words that we create our life with. We are master generators. You are powered by the stars. You are spark of creation. There is goodness at work in this world. And while there may be evil or darkness, and there always will be dark and light, it need not permeate, penetrate, and dominate you. And in this time of great awakening, the evil that has been is being cleared up. It may be still fighting a bit, but We are in a holy moment. My little coyote heart loves you. And from Commander Azera Atahir, blessings to you. We have truth, and we are winning. Blessings.